Capricorn, hi, how are you? This is Lisa from Coffee and Cards with Lisa, and I'm here to do kind of like a half of March's reading and the love readings attached to it. Can't make up this shit. End of February, my mom goes into the hospital, and then beginning of March, my son goes into the hospital. Thank God everybody's all good and healthy, but it did kind of like hold me back for a little bit. But anyway, so I want to get this done because I didn't want to leave you guys out. And my son, he's like a pediatric, well, he's 17, but you can still go into pediatric hospitals, and you know, your cub's a cub, so it wasn't like I wasn't going to go there with him. But all I kept thinking was, it was like a week. I'm thinking, I could be home doing my cards, but because it was another city, well, actually it was another state, so it's not like I was going to be driving back and forth. But anyway, I digress. So we're going to do just like maybe a 15th to the 30th of March for Capricorn. And see what we can come up with. If you're new to my channel, thank you so much for popping in. I hope you do enjoy it. And if you've been here before, I do appreciate the support. It means a lot. Alright, everybody. Let's see. What do we got for Capricorn? Okay, Queen of Cups, Eight of Wands, and the Star. New cards. They're kind of big. I'm going to try to get used to shuffling them. Ace of Swords, the Hierophant, and the Ten of Cups. Alright, let's see what goes on here, guys. The Queen of Cups could be your energy, male or female, that doesn't matter. Somebody who's, you know, nurturing, romantic, real big heart, cares about other people. And now it looks like there's some fast movements going your way. I don't know if you're making fast decisions. If you have something in your mind, you're not letting it stay. You want to like work it out, whatever it is. And you have a lot of hope in whatever you are trying to think about or make happen. You have a lot of hope in that. Hope in the fact that it'll work. So maybe you're seeking some answers about what these movements are going to be. Ooh, excuse me. And now you have like this Ace of Swords, and there's like victory going on. So whatever you might have been planning or doing, you've been able to accomplish it. Your determination, willpower, and you pushed it through. Now what? Now it's possible that you were involved in some form of, maybe you're looking into like a new spiritual belief system. Maybe you were going into like church, or maybe you're even going into some form of counseling. Not for you to be treated, but maybe you're actually doing that. Like maybe you've decided that you would like to do something like that. It doesn't have to be like a psychiatrist or, you know, well, all those millions of degrees people. I mean, it could just be like a therapist type thing, or where you're opening up your time and your availability to talk to people. Or, you know, even like, I don't know if you guys remember, sometimes companies and high schools and such like that, they have like peer peer advocates that they can go talk to, the students could go talk to, but companies who actually have people that you can go talk to. Maybe they'd be considered like human resources and such, but maybe I feel like you might be actually reaching out into something like that. Or it's also possible that you just give really, really good advice and people want to come to you for it. Because then you have like, you have like this little, so much happiness. Like, you know, there's celebration, there's happy relationships, you know, there's security. And so you're feeling really good about the situation. So I really feel like this is whatever you were striving into, and you felt really hopeful about it. It was something that you were going to be able to help other people who were looking for advice or looking for, you know, some kind of counsel, you know, somebody that could help them see things differently. Let's see if I can get any kind of clarification for these guys. Alright, let's clarify the Queen of Cups. Alright, we got the Six of Swords. And the Star again. Alright, well, we're moving on to something, so maybe if you were in a different job, it wasn't like you're moving out of the choppy waters, you're moving out of a situation you really weren't happy with, and you had a lot of hope in that sense, right? You can move out and get something different. So what about the Eight of Wands? What about the Eight of Wands? Alright, Page of Wands. And the Three of Cups. Alright, yeah, so if this is your energy type feeling, you know, just very adventurous, you know, charismatic, really, really good to talk to. And so maybe with this fast movements that you were deciding to do, maybe you actually had people that you knew very well, and they were helping you either get to that, or you were doing it with them. I feel like your closest people were involved in this somehow. Let's see, what about the Star? What about the Star? The Devil. And the Six of Pentacles. That to me feels like that you have gone to a point where you were making a decision to give rather than take. So maybe, you know, at some point, maybe what you were involved in last was more of, you know, like a self-centered thing, like just more related to how it's going to affect you. I'm not saying in a bad way, like, you know, you weren't a very, wow, these words, I'm done with these words. Not that you weren't very good at sharing things, but I feel like whatever was going on in your past wasn't this. And now you are actually giving of yourself, your knowledge, the things that you know, and, you know, how you can help people. And that's why I feel like you made that choice to be, you know, to be more on the giving end of it. Alright, what about this Ace of Swords? Alright, we got the Emperor. And the Knight of Pentacles. So, for whatever it was that was going to give you this victory that you have, and, you know, the willpower you were using, you had to make hard decisions. You had to, you know, be in control of what was going on. You had to be stable. You had to be able to work through it. Well, with willpower, you needed to fight to get into this position, whatever this position might be. But I really feel like it's something about yeah, giving advice. And I feel like the Pentacles is just like, this is your ability to maybe make some kind of, you're making a job out of it, and even though it's not going to be like, you know, throwing millions of dollars at you at one time, but it's a very sturdy, you know, the money will come to you, but it's a sturdy thing and it's slow. So just like in any other thing, you'd have to work up to it. So what's up with this Hierophant? Tell me about the Hierophant, please. And the Lovers. And the Four of Swords. Okay, this is... yeah, I feel like this was you making a choice. Deciding to change something from what you used to know into what you feel now. So like maybe you... and I feel like you're like... when you were doing it, you were like kind of taking a moment to think about it and see how you felt with it. Now this could be about a relationship, but I don't really feel like it is. I mean, if it is, it could possibly be a marriage, because you have the Ten of Cups. You know, and happiness and all those wonderful things. But I really feel like you're making a choice to do something different than maybe how you've been brought up, or, you know, things that you've always maybe admired, but you never really put a lot of, you know, put a lot of thought into embracing it. And I feel like you might be. No, I don't know your life. You would know what this is. But I definitely feel like that's what's going on. You're like, you know, just changing your thought process, you know, the way you've always known something to be. What's this Ten of Cups? Patience with Temperance. Alright, so we got Justice and Temperance. So you're going to need a lot of patience and balance. And, you know, you're going to be fair. You're going to have to make sure things are not going to be about how you feel, but it's got to be about what is right, what is fair, and what's even. And that's what I'm wondering with this Ten of Cups. I'm thinking maybe if this is like a new job, a new idea, a new something in your life that maybe you really enjoy it. I mean, very passionate about it. And this fair and balanced idea, this fair and balanced attitude towards this, I feel like it's an idea. It's like an ideology that you're just switching around. But you're growing on it. You're definitely growing on something. And like I said, you might have got with your best friends, your closest family, just to see if you can work it out. So hopefully, Capricorn, that works for you. Hopefully it helped you and questions you might have had. And now I'm going to see if I can get the love reading in. I've never done this like this before, but here, couldn't hurt. I did a lot of the shuffling off camera because I think I've told everybody at least once or twice, my hands are stupid. And some days are fine, other days I'm playing 78 card pickup. But let's see what we can find out about Capricorn and their person. And basically what they have on each other's minds. What they're thinking. Alright. Okay, let's start with you, Capricorn. What we got going on? The Knight of Cups, the Hangman, And the Three of Swords. Oof. Okay. Well, this feels like to me you might have been coming out of a hurt from a relationship. And you're sitting there kind of like taking pause, trying not to engage right now because you need to have a thought. You need to take the time to look at something in a different way. Now this Knight of Cups, this could be your energy. Doesn't have to be. Or this could be the person that you got hurt from, who hurt you. Alright, so let's see what we got going on here. We got the Death card, the High Priestess, and the Knight of Wands. Okay, well, if this is your person's energy, male or female, doesn't matter. We're passionate, charismatic, a lot of energy. And I feel like they feel like something has been hidden from them. Or just like not out in the open. So if they feel like they need to look deeper into the situation, and they're willing to make some changes in that regard. So if they are really looking to get with you, I think they need to look, they want to look deeper into what goes on with you, because maybe they're not sure, because you do have some feelings, or you're afraid to be hurt again. And I feel like they have to look a lot deeper to be able to change into what you would want as a partner. Or is this the person who hurt you and they're willing to change? Okay, let's see. What's the outcome on this? Ah, the Empress. Well, alright. The Empress is always encouraging love and encouraging growth. And it's a good sign for a relationship to build around that energy. Let's see if we can get some clarifications on this. Alright, can you tell me about the Three of Swords for Capricorn? Tell me about the Three of Swords for Capricorn. The Hierophant? The Ace of Swords. Now, is it possible the Hierophant, I mean, he could represent marriage, or just like institutional type things, but this, if this is based on a love relationship, could be marriage, could have been counseling, marriage counseling, and something you actually had a victory here, so I don't know if that would be based on, you know, some counselor told you you were right, or, you know, if it was a, I don't know, like a divorce settlement, something like that. What about this Knight? What can you tell me about this Knight of Cups? The Seven of Swords and the Ace of Cups. So there was a lot of emotions involved, but somebody possibly was lying, and that's what might have led to the Three of Swords. Right? So even though there are a lot of emotions, either by you or your partner, there was deceit, there was lies. And what about this Hangman? Five of Coins and the Wheel of Fortune. I guess when you're thinking about things and you have yourself in that, trying to look at things differently, you feel like you lost something. Feel like left out in the cold in that sense. But your wheel's going to turn. And you could always assume that it's going to improve. Whatever the situation is, once your wheel of fortune comes up, it's usually for an improvement. So like I said, I don't know if you're in counseling or if your marriage just ended, or your relationship that was like a marriage just ended, and somebody was lying, stealing, cheating. What do we got over here? What's the death card here for Capricorn's partner? Strength. And the Lovers. Well, they feel like, or they felt like, that there was a tight bond there. And they're using a lot of their willpower and perseverance and trying to softly make the changes that would be required to stay in this relationship with you or get into this relationship with you. Maybe they feel like you guys are soulmates. What about this Knight of Wands? Can you tell me about the Knight of Wands? Temperance. And the Four of Cups. If this is your person's energy, okay, if this is theirs, I'm feeling like they feel like they know they have to use a lot of patience. They have to be, balanced about it. But maybe they're not getting the results of being like patient and changing as fast as they want it to. Because I just feel like they have like a lot of, I could, like they feel like they should be getting more, or because of their actions, they feel like they should be getting more than what they're receiving from you at the time, because maybe you're just not happy with them. So I just feel like even though they're trying to be patient, maybe they're running out of patience, or they're just feeling like this isn't going to be worth it. And the High Priestess. What can you tell me about the High Priestess? Alright, the Star and the Six of Swords. Oh, I'm cold. Yeah, they're hopeful. They really are hoping that, they're doing enough to turn things around and to move things out of, like, the rocky waters that you guys are in. But, again, I still feel like it almost feels like to me, if you think you still want this relationship to work out, you might want to give a little of, I know this person, you're pissed. You got hurt. But if you want this to be a thing again, because I don't feel like they're going to be able to hold on and hang out for too much longer. Let me get the Empress and... Okay. Let's see if we get the Empress for the outcome. Oh, the World. Well, that is awesome. And the Page of Coins. Alright, so, yeah, if they continue to keep trying to, I feel like they're trying to win you back. So they're trying to win you back. If they keep trying, and if you can kind of maybe feel, I always say, cut them some slack. If you still want this relationship, it can happen. But, you know, you got to want it. And they got to be willing to hold up to the changes that they're promising that they'll make. All right. All right, Capricorn, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it helped you out some way. And I will be seeing you back April, if nothing else goes crazy. And thank you so much, and I do appreciate it, and I will see you later. Thank you. Bye.